And spawning in the top left of Ghost River, we do have Quartz, okay. And in the top right, we do have OP Zesty, playing for Berserker Esports. This is gonna be a PvZ. Gonna be a very high ranked ladder game, basically. Because those two are kind of at the same MMR. And they must know their stats. We do have a spawning pool. It's super quick. So this is a 12th pool, my god. Zesty's not messing around. He hasn't made any drone from the start. And he's just throwing down a pool. He really wants to get across the map. Put on the pressure, put on the hurt here. And we do see a low ground wall off. So this can be a little bit tricky. Because, of course, a high ground wall-off is going to be easier to hold. But a low ground wall-off should work as fine if you scout this. And Quartz is going ahead and scout this. And you should just probably maybe even cancel this gas. And get a probe down ASAP. He sees there's no hatchery. He sees, hey, wait. You should check the creep, mate. Oh, no, you need to check the pool. Oh, my god. Okay, so he sees the timing though, but he's still... Nah, he hasn't noticed. Has he though? He's gonna throw down a second gate. Okay, so he's gonna play safe here. I thought for a second he would throw down the Nexus here. I think the Lynx just might have popped in time. And we're gonna see a Zealot being chrono boosted here. But this Zealot might not be there when those Lynx hit. We're gonna see. This is gonna be super close. But, okay, it's gonna be there. Second pylon here, very smart choice. Zealot's gonna pop, it's gonna hold the door. Boom. And yeah, this looks like something you shouldn't do. Zesty, what have you done? 12 pool? It didn't really do anything. Let's see what you can make out of this. Gonna have the Zealot here being a little bit on guard, trying to hit those Lynx so they cannot pressure that gate too much. At least this is forcing a big reaction here. He does not know how much this gonna come behind this. He does not cancel the second Zealot, so he's gonna get 2 Zealots here. This is a gateway. This is not a shield battery, so those Zealots have no possibility to heal themselves. Some nice micro here, but it feels like the second adept was very late here to get started. First adept should be out. Maybe this gate is actually gonna fall before, and this is already a big investment here. Getting this gate, getting the 2 Zealots, I think is already worth it here for our Zerg player. He's still behind a lot in probes, but this is not a Nexus. There we go, finally cancelling the gate. Throw down the Nexus ASAP. And yeah, you most likely should be ahead. There's going to be a ton of drones though in the works right now. 5 being made here at a time. Still nothing saturating that natural base for our Zerg players. So Zesty really committing a lot to those links. Maybe this was still a good hold for Quartz. But it looked like Zesty definitely put himself into a playable position. The issue is gonna be on hand. Stargate on the way. Should still work out here for Zesty in my opinion. We're gonna see though exactly how the times are gonna work out and what his plans are gonna be. So far he's only been making drones. I mean, he needs to be careful. There's gonna be like 3 adepts or something hitting him very soon. And with only slow links, you're gonna have a tough time. He only has 2 queens, if I'm correct. Yeah, and a 3rd queen already out. But yeah, you can even let this finish, man. You can trade in a good position against those links. There was no queen to be found close, but besides against that shade, he's gonna go up to 4 adepts here. Maybe even gonna go to number 5 and 6 now with Warp Gate. We're gonna see here in a second. He has enough money for 1 adept. Not gonna do it. Invest in a couple of probes. But yeah, first 2 adepts are gonna come in. He should definitely kind of join those with the other 2 adepts. I think those 2 adepts at home, they're just doing nothing right now. Nice evil block, but there's actually no drones to protect. Oh, he stacked them all on the gas. There we go. Try and get that cocoon, but does not work out. It's gonna grab, well, a couple links and just rotate out. So far, so good here for Quartz. But only drones being made, and there was no drones killed. Still, I don't like these 2 adepts. These should have been here with the other 2 in the front. You could snowball this. Now he's just sacrificing in those 2 adepts. He's gonna lose them to the links. See nothing really gained there of value. Oracle is coming in. Is gonna get a couple drones here. Maybe even... Oh, he can make it 6 if he really wants to. Makes it 5, which is still very good. Could have gotten 1 more shot there a little bit. Miss up with the micro. Second Oracle coming in here. But now, I mean, he lost the Adepts. He did not snowball any of those. He has 2 more, I guess. He could have made, like, I don't know, so many more safety Adepts here if he really wanted to. Add them into pressuring positions as well. Gonna shade out 1 more. Adepts didn't really go where they're in the best spots, but still gonna be able to defend this location at the 3rd base here. Twilight on the way, Forge on the way. And from a Zerg player, we see a Roach Warrior now. It looks though, and the lair coming up, but yeah, it looks like Quartz is in a very good spot still. He should definitely use his oracles more to harass. He's gonna recall this one now. I don't really know about. I think you could have thrown down some stasis wards. You should definitely get in and scout some. At this point, he only has 2 oracles, not the 3 standard oracles. Gonna go ahead and rotate them over now to the 4th base here. Is gonna scout that, but he needs to identify the tech. He needs to see, hey, this is a roaches, this is an evolution chamber. It's gonna be +1 roach push most likely with speed. Should start +1 here though. And yeah, probably a lot of Ravagers to try and break down the Protoss by force. And he has everything. He should start his upgrades. I'm waiting for roach speed and missile attack here. Couple of Adepts trying to go in here, see what they can find. Maybe 1 drone, 2 drones. No, it's only going to be 1. He's actually shading into the natural, and as you can see, the lack of queens is really hindering the defense from Zesty here. And now this is a good find here. Gonna shade into the main, but there's roaches waiting. Should have probably sticked into the natural there. Now the oracle's coming in, focusing on this control. There's 27 drones here, but he's just gonna lose 1 oracle. I think he only got like 1 drone or something here. There was some miss micro there. Definitely going on with those oracles, and at least he scouted the tech. He knows what he's up against. But yeah, he's gotta be Roach Hydra, right? He needs to get a follow-up scout. I mean, on the back of all of this, he already has his Temple Archives completed. His charge almost done, +1 is almost done. He can start Storm whenever he wants to. He has the money for it, and he definitely should get it because, well, it's gonna be great against Hydralisks. There we go, Storm on the way here. So, even though I don't like the execution of his harassment so far as much, I really like his macro and what he's doing behind this. Everything's looking very solid at home here for Quartz. Yeah, Zesty is definitely gonna go into a little bit of a later game to pull a win over over Quartz here. Feels like already transitioning into an infestation, but has been doing nothing but making drones, except for these few links and a handful of roaches here. Keep on his defenses. Never really got roach speed, so very. Oh, he actually has it. My bad. Completely missed that one. And I have +2 on the way here right now. Lurker Den is also coming up. 4th base for a Protoss play. This should get cancelled instantly. Zesty coming in with a beautiful timing here. He's not going to be in time to deny this cancel and defend the base. Oh, is he going to lose it? Oh my god, that's a huge loss. That's a huge loss. He loses both pylons and the Nexus. He did not cancel anything. He was relying on the Zealots to be there. They have +1, so they 2-shot links. They should probably, or would kill that army if it comes to a fight, but it didn't. The links were fast enough, assassinate the base, and go out again. And a huge loss here for our Protoss player. Imagine if he has like 8 more Zealots at this point. He can just go ahead and push. Alright, Hive on the way here. 2nd evolution chamber as well. And the links coming in again here. Stasis traps completely out of position. Might catch some links on the retreat, but again, a cancel being forced here. Gonna catch some of those links. Gonna lose a shield battery as well. My god, that Nexus has been delayed so many times. These Zealots getting caught here as well. Oh, they at least need to A-move, trade against those links. No. Try to get them back home. No weak recall here. Maybe no energy. Drones on the way. Hydra upgrades. Where's our Lurker then? Is it behind the natural? There we go. Lurker. Spines on the well. So Quartz is playing this extremely passive, and I feel like he's giving Zesty so much room to get back into the game. Losing that Oracle like it's nothing. Again, another mistake, and Zesty does not feel like he's letting up on those mistakes. Just keeping on growing, throwing down another base, It feels like the growth for Quartz, it's been a while since he actually transitioned into anything. He got Psystorm and that's it. He never really did anything with it. He didn't try to push out. He's going into some extra immortals now, which is nice, but he did only lose the oracles. He got his base cancelled 3 times, 2 times. And it might happen a 3rd time. He's gonna see this with the zealots now. He definitely needs like a spotter pylon or something down here. He has a couple of cannons actually. A few roaches are gonna be on a little bit of a bad rally here, unfortunately. Gonna get caught. And a War Prism tried to harass, but there's already lurkers in position. Here's some defensive lurker. Rest is gonna be a roaming Hydra Roach Link Force so far. We're gonna get +1 melee as well as Adrenal. So Zesty really going for those aggressive options here. Also going into +2 range attacks, missile attacks. Anyway, this, like, only these 2 Hydras, this still packs a punch, this force. It's a very interesting mix, but it's still enough to do something. It's enough to threaten the base. And now he comes in with a main force here. In the top, we have so many lurkers actually. 4 burrowing already. He is gonna surround that immortal. Is definitely gonna get that one. Oh my god, that popped at the last second there. Almost a pullback here from our Protoss player. But this is already, siege is already happening. And the recall, it got like 7 units stuck here in between this one pylon. Oh my god. And this pylon, killing it off. Now this is the observer he tried to chrono boost. Things are falling apart for our Protoss player here. Can he crush this army now? Finally coming in, but still the observer is... He's trying to snipe the observer. Oh my god, can he get the observer? Now he got it. There's 2 more lurkers trying to anchor this position. War Prism is gonna stay alive here. Oh my god, he actually snipes it. Sacrifices the last few Hydras for this. Trying to move forward with the lurkers while he's pushing in the south. Lurkers going into harassment positions now. There's only 2 left of them, but there's nothing to defend. The army's just standing by. It's just watching, and now he allowed the reposition. He does not have an observer out here with the army. There's an observer, but there's no army. There's the army, but there's no observer. What are you doing? Come on. Now finally we got some zealots, but the lurker reposition. Oh my god! Oh, one last shot would have done the trick here. But this is a ton of probes going down here in the last few seconds. This lurker still not being dealt with, dealing so much damage to the army here. Wow, and another run in here into the probe line. Killing more and more workers. 31 probes have been killed off here. Incredible stuff from our Zerg player. Very good sequence. But what did he do behind? He's been... I mean, he has, again, a maxed army. He's been accumulating a bank. He's been doing great. The upgrades have been stagnating. So that's something you could probably remark on to try and fix for the future. But it's been looking good in Zergtown. We are lacking a little bit the queens though. There's only 5 queens. Creep spread really hasn't proceeded. But this defense should look good here. He does see these lurkers. But there's more backup lurkers. He needs to split those Hydras though. And yeah. He just went in for the snipe on the observer, and now he can't do anything with these army anymore because there's lurkers. You can't see them. Is he gonna focus the nexus? Focus the nexus? No, he's actually just gonna kill the army. It doesn't matter. The recall into the death. GG. Zesty takes game number 1. A 13-minute game after 12 pull opening. There you go. Very good stuff here from our Zerg player. Really making Berserker Esports proud. And remember, the winner of this runs into Australia. Have a quick look at the bracket. I already have some people proceeding here. Lewis did actually proceed and plays against Vindicta now. The rest did not change so far. Okay. Not much has happened yet. Inex got a free one apparently. He's playing Rebellion now. Lewis is playing Vindicta. We have Valmayolia Playing against Quanta. I think that's a tough order actually. Quanta's a very good player. Dion did proceed, is waiting on Foxer, probably there. And Bjan also. A lot of people still waiting here. Happy to see this unfold and then going into the next game against Australia. So far, we're looking at the 1-0 here for Zesty. In the top left, we do have Quartz. In the bottom right, it's Zesty. So overall, I was more impressed with Zesty's play last game. Quartz did have some good macro, he had some good ideas, but he never really had a threatening push really come across the map with any timing that was appropriate. And in the end, Zesty just kind of outplayed Quartz a little bit there in the later game. He outpositioned him a lot of times, he cancelled the 4th base like 3 times, even killed it a couple times. There wasn't really a lot of Oracle harassment to speak of. He did good with some adepts, but those adepts also... There was a lot more potential, and he was wasting a lot of that potential there. Let's see what he's gonna do this game. Maybe he has some aggressive options in his repertoire. There is no 12 pull on this one to begin. So this is definitely a little bit more of the opening that Quartz wants to play here. Go. Gateway into Nexus. And Cybernetics Core. The plan from our Protoss player. Finally starting to unfold here. As he went into a Stargate last game. I kind of expect the Stargate again, just because probably he just wants to play a game he wants to play, like opening wise, into a mid game. And maybe he has some timing prepared there. His like transition into charge and storm was very nice, very smooth last game as well. But he didn't really try to do anything army-wise with that. Didn't really try to push any 3rd base or 4th base from the Zerg play. He set up a harassment and that's it. Like a double harassment with a War Prism eventually and a Zerg run by in the bottom. But yeah, there was already too many units for Zesty because he did literally do nothing but drone until he had like 80 drones. I think he had 80 drones and like maybe 30 lings and 5 roaches. That's something you can definitely crush with 20 zealots and 4 archons and 4 high templars with storm, right? Alright, first adept going across the map. Stargate again. Here is the weapon of choice for our Protoss player. And Zesty's gonna get a great scout with his Ling. Snuck a Ling into the base. It's always a nice confirm. Hey, are you actually on Stargate or is this a Twilight? There we go. And the forces have encountered the enemy. Speed on the way here. A little bit of a supply block, but already undone by our Zerg player. 3rd base on the way, halfway done here. Creeping a little bit more this game, which I like. There we go. Queen finishing up in the perfect moment to show itself to the adept. Only 1 adept so far. Second adept staying at home. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a rough throat today. Second adept staying at home so far. Did defend that Ling. And yeah. He's playing super scared. I mean, look at this. He has no vision out on the map. He's already shading his adept behind his other adept. Just in case. He's so scared. And he shouldn't be. There's nothing really on the map. I mean, Zesty's just droning up. He should be out on the map with his adepts and try to trade whatever he can. Because you don't need them until, like, after your 3rd base is set up. You don't need them anyways anymore. You can just shade them in, shade them out. For now, you can even recall those. He's gonna go ahead and probably warp in 2 more. We're gonna see though. No. He's gonna go into his 4th base here. Oh, War Prism actually very quickly this time. Let's see what he's gonna do with this. We do see another Templar Archives. There's no Forge this time, no charge on the way. That's interesting. What is the idea behind this? A no charge, but a Templar Archives. He's sitting there trying to make the 4th base, but Link's coming in at a good timing here. Oh, yeah, and he's gonna snack the probe. War Prism stun though. And this is not seen by the Overlord. He does not know about this robo. This is definitely an off-timing robo. This is basically where you normally would see the Forge timing-wise. But he does have... yeah, this might just be an Archon drop actually. Gonna be sitting at 4 gates here. And warping in 4 Templars and just gonna do Archon drop. Into a 3rd base with 1 Oracle. I hope we see a quick storm after this one. It's gonna be the Forge and a couple extra gates coming online. And, well, I think I don't hate this idea because, I mean, Zesty was playing very Queen Light. So if Quartz thinks this is a tick or like a style from his opponent, he might be in a good spot. But actually, we're looking at 7 Queens, which is definitely enough to defend these Archons. Of course, this is now identified, so he's making a few roaches, making a few lings. He's being in position here with his queens. Not a good angle for Quartz. Oh my god, not a good angle for Quartz. 4th base on the way. Yeah, Zesty, man. I mean, he's happy. He's sitting back. He's making so many drones. He's getting his 4th base. He's getting roach speed. He's going into +1 missile again. He does have a lair, he can go into Hydralisks as soon as this base finishes up. He's gonna lose a few overloads though, at least. I mean, this is already doing more than harassment last game, it feels like. Maybe even losing a queen here. One transfuse is gonna keep it alive. Links are gonna come in for the surround. Roaches try to assassinate. Some nice maneuver being set up there by Zesty, but unfortunately did not work out. Quartz is gonna pull back all the Archons. Charge and Storm on the way here. And a Baneling Nest. So this is a switch up in compositions from our Zerg player. And he's gonna lose another Overlord. If he kills it. But yeah, this is gonna be Overlord number 4. Nexus on the way here, 4th base. Can it get cancelled again? He sees the army rotating in. Oh my god, this Oracle movement's definitely... It's not what you want to do with Oracles. It's like wasted money, man, at this point. Don't even go Oracle anymore. It doesn't make any sense. If you don't set up stasis, I mean, you can just keep it at home, make stasis traps at your 4th base. It's better than just running it into your opponent's army and letting it die. Not a fan of the Oracle movements here. Storm is already done. And we're gonna see +1 being finished up here in just a second. Second robo coming in, so we should see some Immortals coming online soon here and a double Immortal production. But Zesty is not gonna give him that time. He's just gonna come in and try to obliterate everything. So let's have a look at our Storms. Actually, we only have 2 High Templars with Storm. There's a few Archons, of course. They're extremely good against Banelings. And there's no Bane speed. This is hitting pre-Bane speed, but this is not scouted. The Links are coming in onto those Archons. I don't think that's a good move here, coming in so clumped. No Bane speed, mate. He still might just kill everything, though. Wow, he's gonna basically clear every sentry and every light unit there out on the field. All the Zealots go down. But he paid with a lot of Banelings for that one. I don't think that's a great trade here. We can have a look at the resource loss, and you'll see it's almost 2k in the minus here for Zesty, and that's a lot at this stage. Making a lot more Ravagers now, but yeah, having no Bane speed for that one, definitely a mess up. Definitely a mess up. Big mistake here. No split on those Banes as well into the Storm. I mean, it's tough to split slow Banes against the Storm anyways, but you kind of, if you know, alright, I don't have Storm, you kind of want to pre-split. 2 Zealots being left here on that 5th base, trying to work on the hatchery. And only Queen's going to defend, apparently. The rest is going into the main here, trying to defend that main. And we do see a big attack again onto the 4th base of a Protoss player. But the Protoss army is already looking strong again. And I don't think this army particularly is going to be enough to kill anything there. Zealots are in a good position here, trading against those Links. He actually got a Queen. So you can't send 1 Queen to try to deal with 2+1 Zealots. The Queen is going to lose. I mean, at least he killed 13 probes while this was going on, so He got something out of this, but it feels like this game, the army from Quartz should probably not be stopped. That's what I wanted to see. A warp prism. There's no lurker defense behind this time, so this is trying to rely on the composition, which is very flimsy. It's a mid-tier composition, but this is a late-game army here from Quartz. Definitely high attack with those storms and these Archons and Immortals. Try to run in with a ton of Banes, see if he can get all of these High Templars, and he gets them. And most of these Zealots, I don't know what you're doing attacking those rocks. Man, Quartz, you need to babysit your army. This little distraction, Link Force here, still killing probes by the way, did completely work wonders for our Zerg player. And now, I mean, he just makes a few links and he gets 4 Immortals for free. Oh boy. Things are falling apart. The Prism is out of position here, doing nothing at the time. Last Immortal should get caught here as well by those links. Was crap moving a little bit there, trying to escape. Now he can just move in. There's nothing. The sophistication of the army is completely reset. We do see 2 Immortals and 3 Archons. No Storm, nothing. You can surround the Archons. You can buy those down with links and Ravagers if you want to. As the Zesty here. There's still a few Zealots working ahead at those Queens here. And the Warp Prism still trying to be pesky. And this should work for at least to buy some time here. But yeah, the Prism is gonna get sniped. This is gonna be a sacrifice. It's gonna keep Quartz alive. It's gonna keep this base alive, most importantly enough. And Quartz needs to expand. He's gonna run out of minerals in his main very soon. He's gonna try to transition into some robotics bay, and well, I assume it's gonna be Colossi, because this has been so Ling heavy. And Hydras, of course, also take a lot of damage from Colossi. But we already see a Spire and a Lurker Den at the same time here from our Zerg player. So he's behind a tiny bit in tech, but we don't see actually Colossus being produced. This is a supply block. This is a big supply block. This is a terrible supply block. That's the only thing that provides supply on the way. Finally starting up a pylon. You need 3 pylons. I think he lost some Zealots, so now actually the first Colossus to start, and he loses more Zealots, so he starts the second Colossus. Man, that's crazy. Is this a full wall now? This definitely blocks Archons. This might be a full wall. Probably can get the Colossus out. Oh, he's gonna snipe a base here. At least. He's gonna sacrifice a lot of Zealots though. Zesty still has this base. This one never got killed. These drones need to get to work though. Gonna retake the base. He also should try and grab another hatchery here. He has a lot of minerals he needs to grow out on the map. 82 workers for our pros players. He needs to stop. He has too many now. Still making probes. It's gonna be good scout with those formlings. He's gonna identify, alright, you've got a base. It's just being set up right now. 2 shield batteries coming online. And he's gonna probably rotate some units very soon. He's trying to find the army. He sees an Immortal, and yeah. This is also a good scout. You should kill those formlings, man. There we go. I wonder if he saw the Colossus, actually. Well, now he did. 2 Colossi, Thermal Lance, 3rd Robo on the way. +3 attack on the way. Not being chrono boosted. And fake Zealots and Zealots having a barbecue here. Oh, that's a ton of Zealots. You can't lose them for nothing. There's a couple Banes with this army. You can't really engage this. Gonna recall, actually. Man, Quartz is playing super defensively. And Zesty, what he should do behind this, he's just roaming the map right now. He should take more bases. He should just go ahead and try and mine out as much as he can. Go up in tech. He's getting into a greater Spire now. Oh my god, I wonder if the idea is gonna be the thing that Scarlet showed a couple months ago. He's gonna lose a few units here. Losing a Lurker definitely is no fun. And Lynx, again, clearing out this mineral line. There's so much oversaturation happening somewhere. Where is it? There's 13 of 8. That's it? He has so many workers? Still sitting at 80. Where are those workers, man? Rotating now in with the army, but it's only posturing really. He's trying to get more value from those Zealots, but I think now finally he's identified, hey wait, actually your army isn't that big, I can probably just take it. And right he is, because transition is on the way, and it is gonna be Brood Lords. Good lord, Brood Lord. You definitely need to make more than 3 though. He has more Corruptors now. Needs to get them situated. Oh, this is gonna be a snipe on a Brood Lord Morphin here. And that's a good snipe. Only shoots once. Couple Broodlords are there, but this is not the mass you need. He's making 6 more, but this is already a little bit late. Was a tiny bit sloppy there on the supply. Not being open here. Needed to trade out some units a little bit earlier. And get those Corruptors out to transform into Broodlords now. Finally the Broodlord army is complete here. Looking at, what, 9 or 8 to 9 Broodlords. But if you get them stormed, if you get those Archons under those, I don't think that's the way you want to use those things. He did lose 1 base. He did lose a couple of tech structures. He's gonna grab a base himself though, and this is a very important base here, actually, for our Protoss player. If our Quartz man can snipe this base and get out with his army, I don't hate this position for him. But yeah, you need to save the army. Do you have a recall? Let's have a look. Recall is being on cooldown or off cooldown now. Oh, this is a unfortunate split. Oh, how much is he gonna lose? Oh, a High Templar, my god, a few Immortals and 1 of the Colossus as well. Wow. That's a bad rally. He gets 1 more base though. This is a great pickoff. And he has started his transition into Void Rays now. But there's already a ton of Hydras. There's already Infestus on the way. And yeah, I mean, there's no mining going on now for our Zerg player. There's still a mining base for our Protoss. This is what I said. If you take this base earlier, you have 1 just place to go now. To transfer your workers. I mean, if you look at the income now, it's terrible for our Zerg. He has all of these workers still though. 40 workers. You can still make an economy work. He has a big army, and yeah, he should definitely do what he's doing right now. Try to push the issue here, going across the map. But you need to re-drone. You need to re-expand. And you definitely cannot lose those Broodlords, because if you lose the Broodlords, I think this is a big mistake, yeah, trying to move those Lurkers there. Because you already have the Broods against the anti-ground, you need the anti-air, and now you lose all the Broodlords, I think. Or it might have just done it. Identified the correct solutions here to get Zesty out of the game. He killed 5 hatcheries, so Zesty definitely a little bit sloppy on the hatchery defense this time. And yeah, I think the writing's on the wall, my friend. You lost your army, now you're gonna lose the game. It's gonna be a 1-1 situation in just a moment. Actually even making blink here. Those panic stargates, kind of. Kind of funny to see, getting all of these Void Rays out. But yeah, what are you doing, mate? Making +2 attack right now? For your overseers. And there we go, last fight is gonna happen, and Quartz is gonna take the game. Map number 2 is done and dusted. That's a good game. Thank you so much for the follow. A quick look at the bracket. I'm also going to post this here in the channel. 1 second. This is the bracket for people who are interested in stuff like this. We do have Bjorn still waiting on his opponent. A lot of matches still going on there in the first round. Lunacy and Matt probably playing. Quanta still playing. Shameless is playing now. Dolan is hitting patches at TVT if I'm not mistaken there. Shin is playing against I Was a Fat Kid. Shout out to the man. Very loyal viewer as well. Vindicta already won his match against Lewis and is waiting for his next opponent. Definitely, I would like to see that one. Shin against Vindicta, man. Definitely gonna jump over when that happens. But yeah, let's have a look at our last map here. And we do have a 1-1 situation between this man and the bottom right. It is Quartz. Okay. And on the top left, Zesty. Very OP. But it felt like he did not do the correct moves there in the last game. And he really got outplayed a little bit by Quartz this time. So this is what you get when you have 2 players who are very, very similar in MMR and actually are very high level on the ladder. actually do provide some very good games. Yeah, already looking here, if that probe comes over, tries to block him, he's gonna go ahead and take his natural base at a normal timing, sacrificing a tiny bit of income. And Quartz is gonna see everything's normal. This is a very important scout. If you remember back the first game of the series, it was a 12 pool. And you really want to identify that as soon as possible. But Zesty has been probably playing better, or has been playing after, like, if he puts Quartz into a awkward position, it feels that Zesty is performing better in a little bit more of a messy mid-game. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him to try something aggressive again. Try to push the issue, cancel the third a few times. Do something to throw off your opponent's timings. And then play the game from there. Several things possible for Zerg players. Queen drops, for example, Nidus plays, Roach walks, +1 missile attacks. A lot of things you can do. Ravager attacks. Bane busts even. A little bit of a later time, but yeah. If you don't have sentries, you need to scout this, but yeah, if you don't have sentries, you're gonna have a bad time against a Bane bust. If you have sentries, it's already defended, right? And this is like a hard counter, basically. Still, you need to execute it properly, but it is the hard counter to a Baneling bust. He's gonna snack that probe. That's a good catch, actually. A little bit of a mistake here from our Protoss player, letting that one die off. Not pulling it back in time. Depth is gonna shade across the map here. Well, did not, of course, make it in time to save the probe, so a little bit unfortunate there. And she's gonna be unhappy now. She sees the base. What else does she see? Then down here, it's gonna shade up into the natural. Have a little bit of a scout, and it's gonna go and just stay in front of the base here. A stalker. Okay, this is new. This is new, and this is different. All right, and he kills the. Oh wait, what did he see? Oh my God, he scouts it. He sees the robotic space, so this is most likely gonna be a disruptor or Colossi drop with a speed prism. I'd assume disruptor, sorry, but not really making the prism, so maybe it's a little even. I don't know. We'll see. I kind of want to see disruptor drops, but honestly, I think a Colossus drop is even better because it provides more constant damage, and there is no tech that can handle this right now except for Queens. Gonna make the disruptor though. This might only be one. For now, yeah, he's gonna definitely go across the map with it. There's no follow-up with gateways planned here. We don't see any extra gates. He's actually taking extra gases, which is very interesting. Gonna be super high on gas here. He's making extra gates now. Is this gonna be a sentry follow-up? We'll have to wait and see. There's gonna be 4 gates here in just a little bit, but yeah, looking at so much gas. Finally fully saturating those minerals as well. Peek up in gas a little bit. He's gonna wait for 2 disruptors actually. So yeah, gonna pack a punch, but I mean, you scout this. You should know, Zesty. You've seen the robotics morph, the robotics bay. This can only mean one thing. There's got to be some sort of robotic unit drop, which is disruptor or Colossi. It's the only option. And yeah, Colossi transition later on. So this looks to me like a stalker or like a gateway Colossi push with on 2 bases with the prism throwing out some disruptor boards here. See if we can get lucky. And yeah, maybe he can. Queen in position here. And we'll get sniped. Boop, boop. There we go. No way to get away. Road speed on the way, missile attack on the way here as well. And yeah, we're gonna see if this is gonna hit perfectly on some roaches. He's actually, yeah, he tried to split a couple of those, but in the end he still had a good explosion there. Gets 2 roaches. Good pick up. And there we go, army's moving out, so 1 immortal is on the way. I wonder what that's for, because the army's already across the map. We need some extra pylons here. Please, please, he cannot warp in right now. He's making those pylons finally. But my god, imagine. Only imagine if there was already a few extra units with this army here. I'm gonna cross this base and just go into the natural, it seems. I'm just gonna hold this low ground for now. Take that base freebie here first. An observer holding that line. Trying to put some damage on the Colossus here. He's not gonna get it. Disruptor wastes its shot. 1 shot coming in here is gonna get a decent connection here. That's 3 units, and he kills the base. Gonna pull back for now. And let's be careful though. A few force fields here to try and... Oh, you need to move. If you put down those force fields, you immediately need to move your army, mate. He saves the disruptors. Maybe he can get a lucky shot. Oh, that's a good shot. But still not enough. We need some extra reinforcements or some micro or some... Yeah, you can... Oh no, the war prism. Oh, it lives. I can't believe 4 HP and he's gonna kill the army. The one that got away. The observer sees everything, but there's still a ton of roaches on the way, and it feels like, man, this war prism, it cannot really be used at the front line anymore. That could be a great hit. Again, these disruptors have been actually being some super amazing damage dealers here. Finally, the immortal is kind of joining in the fight here. Oh, and the 1 disruptor gets sniped, 2nd disruptor gets sniped. Now all of the AoE is gonna go down here. Reposition potential also gonna go down. No blink, of course, for those stalkers. A couple of immortals though are holding the line, and there's 1 Colossus doping out a little bit. Colossus is gonna be the big anchor if there ever come any links to try and assist in this defense. I mean, one big issue there is, well, there's a lot of lava. What are you doing, man? You have so much money, you have so much lava. Make those 15 roaches. There we go. Finally. Gonna come in again here. I was gonna say, one big issue is the lava. He has so much money, but he can't make anything. And then he had the lava, but he's missing the armor right now. Imagine if he had those 10 roaches. Oh, snipes that prism. Beautiful, good job there, done. Power Zerg player now. He needs those roaches now. He needs them here. Oh, pulling drones into a Colossus. I don't think that's how you want to end up using that army. And he still has a ton of roaches. He's trying to move in there, but he simply cannot snipe that Colossus. Finally goes down here, but so there's... Oh, drones around on that immortal. He's gonna get the immortal with the drones. I can't believe it. And those slow zealots are just not fast enough to cover the retreat for the immortal. I think only sentries coming in here. No warp prism anymore for warp-ins. This is almost over. If he can get those 15 roaches out again, get this together and finally clear out this last army, he will be able to take this game here and run away with it. Few more force fields trying to slice up the army, but it feels like no upgrades on those units. This is just a vanilla gateway army. Is just not strong enough. Only stalkers remain, and yeah, you can see, I mean, even with the prism micro, he should not be able to win this fight, and the seesaw is gonna happen. Zesty's gonna go across the map here with his army. He's not producing any more units right now, but he definitely should. He's remaking extra drones right now. He can just make units and just go across the map and kill him. He definitely needs some more units to defend as well. Beautiful micro, actually. Saving a lot of those stalkers. But in the end, it might just be too big of numbers here for our Zerg player. Gonna get pushed back for now, but... I don't know. Maybe not even. Oh my god. There's some miss micro there. Sniping 3 stalkers just like that. Snip, snip, snip. Your links here on position. Did deny, I want to say. A base here again. 1 probe, yeah, there's 1 kill on those links. He definitely denied that base. That probe trying to make the base. Zesty retaking his own base. Definitely think of retaking a 2nd base at the same time here in the north. Try and outgrow his opponent, solidify his lead. He is making another evolution chamber here. To get his upgrades going up again. And Warp Prism trying to go into the main, but I mean a speed prism you're not going to catch with ground units. But yeah, I think you can just overrun your opponent. I mean, now with a Ling reinforce, it should be enough. He sees the army, just throw down some bites, retreat once again, wait for your Lings to reinforce, and then you can just cancel everything here. Nah, he's just gonna move in. Lings are gonna be reinforcing throughout the fight, and I think they might not even show up before this game is gonna end. GG, Zesty's gonna take the game and the series.